This is Real Talk with Kathryn Andrea. A series of videos I'm just going to do just for fun. And this is my friend Rodney. I've known him for 14 years.
Still counting.
Still counting. And today, I just wanted to talk about the Diddy trial. So I was kind of like thinking about it. I actually called it. I made a TikTok. I think it was a TikTok, unless it was on my Snapchat. But I made a video where I'm just like, I'm calling it now. He's going to walk, right? I had a firm belief that he was going to get acquitted. I don't know why, but like just the prosecution seemed clumsy to me. Like it's not like, and here's the disclaimer I'm going to make is I am not defending Diddy. I think Diddy's an absolute piece of shit. I'm just putting that out there, but I don't think they charged him right. I don't think prosecution brought an actual good case or anything.
Well, technically when you know a lot of big people and they're doing the same thing you're doing, they don't want their name to be out there. They'll try and buy every lawyer, try to get the charge acquitted as quick as possible so no names be out there. So he's gonna walk regardless on that one.
That's because like I kind of think that they were really trying to get him, but I just think the prosecution was really clumsy.
They really want to get him so badly, but the point of the matter is he knows so many big people that are messing up to the highest degree, overseas, across seas. He knows everyone's secrets. At any point, someone's gonna say, "Hey, we gotta stop this trial before it gets too bad and our names are dragged into it."
That's a good point, and the fact that they didn't let the public anywhere near the case, like because they had a closed courtroom, that is a little sus to me. But it's like I have a lot of questions about federal cases and stuff because I feel like they could also just be very bureaucratic and everything. So one question, let's go into the first question that I put in the notes. And actually the other thing is, a lot of people already know this, but what I'll just say it so I said it, is Diddy got acquitted of all of the more serious charges, like the RICO, the sex trafficking, all of that. But he got found guilty by the jury of like transporting people across state lines for the purposes of prostitution. So there was like 2 charges like that. So that's what he got found guilty of. But those are lesser charges. So those are like kind of whatever when it comes to conviction time. So it's like he's definitely not going to do life or anything like that. He's not going to sit behind bars for his whole life. It's a maximum of 20 years, and there's no mandatory minimum, which means he could literally walk when they sentence him. So
if they do sentence him and he does go to jail, he's not going to stay there long because he's got to have a bond to get himself out. And you all know who has the money. And if you don't have the money, he's got to call someone that does, that he has blackmailed on.
Oh, that's a good point. See, and actually I'll get into that in a little bit more, what I'm thinking there and one of the questions I'm going to ask. But the first question I'm going to ask is, do you think the verdict is fair? Just based off of everything you know about the case, do you think the verdict itself is fair?
The verdict is not fair just due to no one's really getting their justice at the end of the day.
Okay.
What names are being out there that the people have been taking advantage of? No one other than Diddy this, and who's the big names that he has under control. It's never about the victims. Everyone else is just under the radar. It's all about celebrities at this point.
See, here's my thing, and I have a probably controversial take. So I think the verdict, based off of the information that they were given and the charges that they actually charged him with, was strange, but I do not think they proved their case. I don't think prosecution brought it. I think it was clumsy. I think Diddy has done several things that he should.
That is what I mean. Like, it's all about the celebrities, all about Diddy. It's never about the people that it's been done wrong to. They don't get their say. It's just celebrity this and celebrity that.
Yeah.
What about the people that's being taken advantage of? Where's their say? Where's their words? Like, no one's is able to go to court to say, hey, he did this and that. Yeah. It's all about what Diddy is being charged with. Never about the person that's being wronged.
That's true, yeah, because that's definitely like the angle the media and everybody has taken. Because my feelings is Diddy has done so many things that he was not charged with. So it's like he said what is it? How do you pronounce his name? I've only seen it in writing. It's like
Diddy Combs.
Kid Cudi or something.
Sean Diddy Combs.
No, not him. I'm talking the guy he lit the car on fire of.
I do not know that.
He's a rapper. But so he straight up lit a car on fire. Diddy did. But they didn't charge him with that. They didn't charge him with it's in the back of my brain, but there's a murder that straight up happened. There was a shooting that Diddy was totally responsible for like years and years ago when he was with J-Lo.
And J-Lo hid the gun in the whole strip club incident.
Yeah, because like I remember hearing about all of that. So it's like, why did they not charge him with that?
I gotta say, J-Lo was a straight up G on that one because she didn't even take the charge or anything like that. She hid the gun, did her part as a female that's bagging her man. No shade on that whatsoever, but goddamn,
I throw so much shade.
I can't show shade on that. If I had one like that, I'd be perfect.
See, I am throwing shade because I think J-Lo is just a shady, shisty woman.
Nah, definitely not.
And that is the word of the day, by the way, is shisty. But
I can't say she's shisty.
Well, she's crazy. Like J-Lo is just nuts to me. But before, like, instead of like just like turning it into J-Lo as much as I want to, because I am a huge J-Lo hater. Just the whole, yeah. But I just feel they should have charged Diddy with any of these things. It's because I'm, a testimony, like a strong enough testimony can be evidence or it can be enough. But I'm sure if they were to dig and they were to really look and try to prove and connect Diddy to all of those situations, they could have totally done it. So why didn't they? It's like
simple money, power, and connections.
Yeah, because it's like he just got charged with like bullshit. Like, because it's like,
to be honest, it's almost like, what's that football player's name that killed his wife? OJ Simpson. It was all about how he was just that big celebrity that got away with murder, and never about the whole incident, but like what happened to the girl, what was her final word, what was she doing, like did she scream for help?
Yeah.
Did anyone even listen? No, because everyone's like, oh, he's a football player, he's good, he's that big name. No one's gonna think he's something like that until he does it. Now he's going to court for it, and he gets acquitted from it. Yeah. And now he's that big celebrity that gets away with murder.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's insane, but I think they just charged Diddy wrong, just wrong as fuck. Because, they could have thrown him in jail for things that he did for life. They could have done that.
They could have thrown him under the bus.
Yeah.
10 different buses. And
exactly.
All he had to do was pull someone with him, and that would have been a safe lifeline.
They had this huge extreme assault situation of Cassie on video. They have it on video. And but that's an assault charge or domestic violence,
Yeah, let that be Chris Brown with Rihanna and every other celebrity that hit their girl on camera.
Yeah.
And they got charged, they got assaulted, they got money taken out of their wallets, they got recommended, they couldn't do any more songs, they couldn't do any more production because that whole domestic violence. Yet Diddy did the same thing.
Yeah, and they don't even charge him.
Yeah, still promoting what he's doing. After everyone sees that video, everyone just say, oh, that's just cool. It's just Diddy. Diddy's always been crazy.
And that's why I have the controversial take that I have, is that with the information I have, and absolutely, if I learn more information, I will totally 100% change my mind. But I think the verdict with what they actually charged him with was fair. But is him being not being a free man, because he's not a free man yet.
It's the way they took it in court.
Yeah.
They did it all wrong.
Yeah, because I am a firm believer that he should be behind bars for life, but they didn't charge him with the stuff that they needed to actually do that.
Now, if they had more evidence, I'd say he should have been in jail for life.
Mm-hmm.
But what they had, he should have been charged at least jail time, 50 years max, maybe 25, for every charge they get. Not only that, you are videotaping people without their consent on multiple different occasions. That is a crime in and of itself.
Yeah.
I should know from all these different people always telling me about what's going on. That's a crime. That's a federal crime, or that's a sexual crime, or something like that.
Yeah.
And they get charged to a year for doing that kind of shit.
Yeah. And then let's see. So the next question. So I have it in my notes, but I'm not trying to like minimize YouTube or anything.
Yes, she has notes, people.
Yes. So what do you predict is gonna happen? So with what they convicted of him,
He's gonna walk.
You think? Because I agree. I do think he's gonna walk.
Either they gotta charge him halfway and give him a bonds, but at the end of the day, he's probably gonna walk.
Yeah, so I think legally it makes sense. So
Think about it this way: they did the same thing to Trump. They charged him for all this stuff, and all he had to do was bail himself out, sell his property, and he was A-OK for tax fraud.
Yeah, because legally I think it makes sense for them to give him the time served. So the time served for any criminal case, and this isn't like Diddy, this is, just anybody. The amount of time they served while waiting for trial should totally count toward their sentence. I am a believer of that. But I think it legally just, and for the sake of just criminal justice, I think that needs to count.
Now, I gotta say, if they do time served just by showing up to court, then who can say that they could just wiggle their way through a lot of different court things just so he could serve time to minimize the sentence that he would have to serve in actual jail.
Yeah.
They try to push this trial to 5 to 6 years, get time served for each of those times he showed up to court. He's gonna basically walk almost for free.
I'm actually gonna bet, so my range of time that I think he's gonna serve is, I think there's a possibility he's gonna walk. That they're just gonna basically slap him on the wrist, give him the time served, and it's gonna equate to basically him walking, him just being let out. But the other guess I have is if he's gonna be in there for any amount of time past sentencing, I'm gonna say 2-year sentence. That's my guess, is 2 years. They're gonna just say 2 years.
Probably 2 years, and then the rest of the year is unsupervised probation.
No, oh, you know what? I'd bet supervised.
Probably.
I think they're gonna do supervised.
They probably, but again, celebrity and people he knows, he probably got to try to get unsupervised so he can continue with what he's been doing. Just more now he knows he's being looked at, so he has to be more careful what he's doing now.
Yeah. Now, let's see. I'd have to look at my notes. Do you think the witnesses in the trial, so like Cassie and all of them, do you think they are realistically in danger? And I actually had that as one of the last things, but with the way the conversation is flowing, I want to ask that now.
With that one, I say yes and a no.
What you mean?
Celebrities that is being wronged, nothing will happen to them per se on paper and in front of the public. Everyone else that's under, not celebrities, they ever get the worst because no one cares about them at the end of the day. Trial's already done. They are basically forgotten in the wind. Who can say he just waits, does what he does, gets rid of them?
So what I'm thinking is,
and also on another note, with the celebrities that he will try to get back on, he's gonna blacklist them from almost every little thing. That's the worst thing he can do to them. But everyone else, I feel sorry for their safety, and hopefully they, get protection, find some kind of protection, make sure they're good, because you are not important to people on the media or in general what's going on in that trial.
So I actually disagree with you on this one. So the way I'm feeling is Diddy is smart, and that's not a defense. That is an observation. Diddy is a very, 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 very smart, evil mastermind for him to have gone as far as he did without backlash, and for him to have done as much as he did, like setting a car on fire, an entire shooting, and just not get caught for any of it, like not get that backlash, right? I think an evil mastermind in his situation would say, well, he is now under too much heat, I think he would not actually act. I think he'd be very mad. And
he's a reactor.
You think?
Soon as something happens, he needs to react. Doesn't mean he's gonna do it directly. He's gonna find someone else to do it, just like in any other cases that has been brought up.
Like a hitman.
Pretty much, in a sense. He's gonna find ways for his hands to not be dirty as far as it already has.
That's fair, yeah, because that's possible, because either way, I think the witnesses definitely need to do like witness protection or something. Because I think it is definitely one of those that they need to disappear under some alias, stuff like that.
Alias, or in general, just keep your head low, stay out of the public. If you see anyone that's suspicious, please walk towards a crowd of people, not away from a crowd.
Yeah.
Always seek out help.
Yeah.
And if anything, if you know that he's been in your city before and he knows where you have been at because you've been to his parties or whatnot, I say move out of that place and find a new location to stay in.
Yeah, because like, I think safety is key, but at the same time, I don't think Diddy's gonna act like, I think he plays chess instead of checkers, but I think he came under too much fire for this one.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying he gets someone else to do it. You don't move your king when you can move a rook, a pawn. Someone that wants to work their way up the ladder and will do anything to get up that ladder.
Oh snap! Okay, you have a point, and that actually like gets me thinking quite a lot, because someone like Diddy would very easily find someone like that.
Yes, he grooms people. He makes sure he gives them what they want to hear all the time, like a record, or I'm gonna get you up here to my status. Kind of deal.
Yeah.
But you gotta do this and that just for me to entertain that idea to get you up here.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like that it turns into such a dark road, but it is no matter what. Now, the other question that I was gonna ask is, I remembered everything in my notes, is do you think Diddy is going to be canceled? Do you think this is the downfall of his career, or do you think he is gonna bounce back?
That is a stupid question. You know how many people have been through this and their careers actually skyrocket from it and not
I'll be back probably around like
that there is no way in that word that he will not find a way to capitalize on this whole ordeal.
Yeah, because
like you say, he's a chess player, he's smart, he's patient.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking too. So I am thinking very much that he is going to bounce back Chris Brown style. I think he's going to do the same exact thing.
That's not a bounce back from Chris Brown. Chris Brown has been through so much. He had to rebuild himself from the ground up all over again over that whole Rihanna thing.
Yeah, but now, he did it. I don't like it. I hate Chris Brown, but he did it.
Deserves to be where he's at now because he rebuilt himself. He got back on his feet the right way. Diddy's not going to do that.
I disagree so much. Fuck Chris Brown.
Chris Brown is an awesome singer. Get off his back.
He can't even sing.
No, he can sing his ass off. And he can dance. He's that.
Okay, he can dance, but he should dance his way off of a cliff.
Let's leave that alone. Now, if we're talking about, the whole situation going on and basically got to bounce back, we already have a prime example. Look at Trump right now of all the stuff that's been going on with him. Yeah. All the sexual.
That is a very good example.
He's still president. He still got voted in.
He's president, and the vast majority of the country, or not vast majority, but the majority loves him.
Exactly. And all the wrongs he did that showed on film, that's been spread around, it's almost like a Diddy all over again. It's just, he became president.
Diddy is absolutely going to do that. Like,
exactly. He's going to bounce back. He's going to find a way to make that, he's going to make it his, he's going to empower himself with it. He's going to build on it. Because what you guys have done for the media and showing all this stuff, you found him a new platform to build on to get himself more popular.
And it's marketing. Like
you basically give him free marketing without him even paying a dime.
And you know what? So watch something about like fuck Diddy or some shirt saying something bad about Diddy. Watch some sort of shirts or something get sold, but it's actually like the money gets found to be going to Diddy.
Exactly.
Like he is
that-
exactly the
it's
kind of
gonna
guy
be
that
that
pulls
kind of
something.
It'll be that kind of marketing.
Yeah.
That is gonna be. Matter of fact, we already have prime examples of all those two on Netflix, where you have the whole Diddy trial on Netflix. You have all this stuff. Now it might not fund Diddy, but it's still about Diddy that he can use to build on.
It's still, yeah, because like
You're giving him a free platform to build on. And if you guys just let it go and just actually focus on the people that he's doing wrong, he don't have a platform to build on. Your guys are giving him the platform to build on over people's suffering and trauma.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and think about any added thoughts. Do you have any last added thoughts before I close?
Simple. You're just amazingly you. Okay?
I am? Damn.
Yeah.
And my last added thought is, fuck Diddy.
Ouch.
And hopefully he doesn't escape to some other country, because that would be pretty bad.
If you want me to add another note, his kids are gonna follow in his footsteps. They're already doing it now, so they're young enough to get away with it at this point in time.
Oh man, I hope not. But so I saw some news about how fucking Kanye West showed up apparently on week 5 of the trial, and he dropped some new song with one of Diddy's kids, saying like "Free Diddy." You know, Diddy free or something like that.
Exactly, and Kanye is probably part of that whole debacle with the whole, underage or everything that's going on in those.
Kanye could be very well involved in that shit for all we know.
That's why you had, what's his name, that's married to Beyonce.
Yeah.
He totally cut ties with Diddy because he knew what was going to happen before it even happened.
Mm-hmm.
He's another chess player.
Yeah.
If you get 2 chess players together like Diddy and him trying to face off between each other,
yeah,
who's going to win, to be honest? And they're both playing on opposite playing fields at this point in time because they both don't want to go down for anything that goes on.
Yeah. Well, let me go ahead and close this video. So thank you for the... I don't even know if I'm going to do episodes. I don't even know like what exactly this whole channel is even going to be. But thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys on the next one.
Peace.